Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to continue to dollar cost average into the crypto market and build our amazing crypto portfolio. If you enjoy this sort of content, hit the like button, subscribe. Let's waste no time. Let's go. So we're here on Coin Market Cap. The total market cap of crypto globally sat at $3.75 trillion, up 1.65% at the time of recording, with Bitcoin at 111,063.28, up 1.55% at the time of recording. But we're here to look at the crypto portfolio. And I think we've got a pretty good, well-rounded crypto portfolio, with Chainlink topping our biggest exposure in the crypto market, followed by Solana, Ethereum, XRP, AVAX, SUI, ADA, ONDO, and the list goes on. As you can see from a lot of these projects, there's a lot of projects that could potentially get a spot ETF, which is kind of the play we're going for with this portfolio. It's been set up in that way. We're not really overly exposed to Bitcoin. As I've mentioned on previous videos, I really do see Bitcoin more as a store of value. I don't think that there's going to be a huge number of X's on the upside to Bitcoin at this point of the market, whereas I think altcoins have a big, long way to run. So there's a lot of potential in the altcoin market. That's my opinion. You don't have to agree. That's what makes this world such a wonderful place. But, you know, the portfolio is down, right? Overall, if we look over the whole time, we're down 24.96%. And I've said this in the past, right? We've been down as low as 34% down. And you tend to see this on these big pullbacks, right? And we were expecting this pullback. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't concern me. I'm not worried. I don't think this is the end of the bull run. Obviously, all of this is my opinion. You know, do your own research. Never invest more than you're willing to lose, because you do risk losing all your money if you invest in cryptocurrency. I'm not a financial advisor. Treat this as entertainment purposes only or educational purposes only. No substitute for doing your own research, right? And yeah, we need to do that, right? I'm always going to tell you as I see this market, right? And yeah, I'm excited about what we've got building here. And if we actually have a look at the market, it's going to be difficult to find some really good value with the prices all increasing. But with the big pullback, I think there's value to be had in this market. And that is something that, you know, I do believe in. I do think is going to be very, very true. And yeah, ultimately, it's my opinion. I'm expecting this total market cap of crypto globally to be around the $10 trillion mark once the market really does take off. I mentioned in last week's video, my main focus is going to be on Hedera HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph. HBAR is the ticker, ranked 20th by market cap. Currently on coin market cap at 16 cent 91. I think that this is going to be a really good play. So we're just going to, you know, buy this. It's actually just recently pulled back ever so slightly. So we want to make the most of this and purchase that. So there we go. We go over to our order history and we bought 592.98 worth of HBAR. We're going to get that added to our portfolio now. I'm also seeing I'm seeing a lot of nonsense as well when it comes to the Fed interest rate cut. You know, in October, I think it's the 28th or the 29th. I am seeing a lot of nonsense around that, and we'll touch on that as well before we wrap this video up. HBAR now at 5.5% of the portfolio there, putting in $100 into HBAR for the last 2 weeks on this pullback. So I'm quite happy with it at 5.5% of the portfolio. We will probably look to make some additional different projects. Maybe we'll focus on getting algo a little bit higher up the list as well. And look, there's some stuff going on with the FET price, FET, when it comes to stuff that's going on with ASI, and, you know, just like there's a legal case open. There's two sides to every story. I don't really want to get involved. I've talked to people that I know at some of these projects, and yeah, we're waiting to see the outcome of the legal case and everything there, before I guess the truth is really out there. And yeah, it's interesting because there's people out there that will make out they know more than they actually do, in the crypto space, when they don't actually know any of the people cited in public publications and stuff. They've seen people chat on stage, but so have you at home. So just be mindful who you listen to when it comes to these sorts of things. The truth will come out eventually, and we'll actually get to the bottom of what has actually occurred. But when we look at the Fed interest rate potential cut in a few days' time, again, I'm seeing nonsense around because the government is closed down. There's a lack of data, and this could mean that the Fed would want to be ahead and do a 50 basis point cut. I just can't see that. That's my honest opinions. I've just done a big long article, probably 25 pages plus, talking about the potential scenarios, what is likely to happen, and my thoughts and opinions on it. So do check that out in the free educational Discord. It will have a pretty sizable impact on crypto, whatever the outcome is, whether it's 25 basis points or a 50 basis points, or maybe there is no cut at all. I'm saying 25 basis points. I think that is the most likely outcome. We nailed the last two, way ahead of time. Also, calling the actual months, months in advance. So we've been, ahead of a lot of this stuff. We're in a really good position. I know people are going to be looking at the crypto portfolio and saying it's down 24%. What are you doing, Chris? And, this is, a strategy that I'm using for this video series, right? Which will be proven as a very good, strategy, or a really poor strategy in time, right? It will rather age like milk or a fine wine. I think it will age like a fine wine. Could you make more money, trading in and out? Yes, but you could risk losing a lot of money as well. So this is, a really good beginner's strategy. It's not exactly how I would employ it, or deploy it, I should say, myself. In, from a personal perspective, I would just literally only be buying on the red days, on the big pullbacks, like 5% plus. And I would be going into the markets at those points rather than doing it weekly. But that doesn't really work for a weekly video series, right? I still want to prove that although this isn't the most optimized way to, employ this strategy, it still works really, really well, even if you just buy each and every week. And that is kind of what I'm trying to prove. Whether it actually comes to fruition or not, nothing's guaranteed, obviously. And, if you follow along, you do so at your own risk. But ultimately, I'm hoping that this video series helps people that are new in the space, gives you an idea, gives you, I guess a little bit more of an input into what I'm thinking and why I'm deploying capital in a certain way. And this is real money, right? I'm not playing with fake dollars here. I'm putting my own money in. It's only small amounts of money to me, but to many people watching, that could be a lot of money. $100 a week, $400 a month. That could be a lot for a lot of people out there. For me, it's not really a lot, but ultimately it's still real money. It's still my money. I could go and do something lovely with my family with that, instead of putting it into to crypto. And that is kind of the point. This money pot, in my opinion, will grow over time. It's not, quick or fast. This is a slow, methodical process. And you have to have, I want to say balls of steel. You've got to have, your emotions in check to be successful with this. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on the portfolio so far. Obviously, we've got it up on the screen here. I think we've got a very, very strong crypto portfolio, a lot in layer ones. And I think that is the right play, to be honest. Layer twos, we have Matic in the portfolio, don't get me wrong. But ultimately, I still think layer ones are the main play, right? That's kind of my thoughts here, right? World Mobile, I think, is going to do phenomenally well as well. What I would say is do check out Unity nodes, right? again, I think that this is something that is worth digging into, taking a look at. Again, just my opinion. Do your research. But this is something that I'm quite big on at the moment. With Unity, anyone can earn crypto rewards directly from their mobile phone by verifying the global telecom grid. Every verification call made through the Unity app installed on your mobile phone strengthens the network. And obviously, you've got all the details on the website, which I encourage you to read. You've got the UnityNode. If you buy one, you get 200 Unity license NFTs. You get some minutes network tokens. They're staked for 24 months, as well as getting some World Mobile tokens also staked for 24 months. So that's a locked period. So you can't sell those tokens. But again, the potential for earning with this, based on their calculator here, it is quite substantial. 200 licenses, right? And I'll come to the caveat with this. You could earn up to $19,200 per month. And obviously, this depends on you operating all 200 licenses, right? You also need to take into account, I guess, the network performance, market conditions, just to take those into account, because they will have an impact on the earning potentials. The beautiful thing is you can earn in stable coins, you could earn in fiat, you could earn in Bitcoin, you could earn in whatever token it is that you basically want to accumulate over time. And I'm big on accumulating monthly, right? Because this, from my point of view, to not have to deploy money every single week or month, for example, into crypto, and you have a mechanism that does that and just produces the money that you reinvest in crypto, like that for me is like something that I'm really focused on right now. It doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. It's just my views, my opinions, rather than me continuing to deploy capital from, say, a job, for example, like a 9 to 5 job, or like a side hustle. Like, rather than having to do that side hustle and keep putting that money in, I can have, and I have World Mobile nodes, for example. They earn me, I think it's like $1,200 per month. I just go straight into crypto every single month. Like, it's, for me, it's great. It might not be for everybody, but I would encourage people to go check it out at least. And if you've got any questions, join the free educational Discord, link in the description of the video. And I will catch you in the next one. Take care.